Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday to everyone checking in with us today at Sid's Blue Sky Farm. Welcome back to the channel. We are out by the poolside bar taking just a quick break from some early morning chores and trying to get set to go get the tractor ready to do an afternoon's worth of bush hogging. Maybe we can knock the bush hogging out today and tomorrow morning. We just have to wait and see. But we've got the sunscreen, the bug spray, material for hydration, so we're getting set. Even got the big floppy hat out this morning to wear. It's not particularly sunny, but I don't think that really matters. I think you can get burned pretty bad out there when you're just in the sun. I had mentioned last week I don't have a top on that Massey Ferguson, and it gets quite warm, so we're going to do everything we can to prevent sunscreen damage, sunburn damage, and things like that. Just an update on progress so far. It's been a busy week, but it's not been so busy around here. We've had some rain, been in and out of town. My son and I were able to catch a ball game up in Atlanta, which was fun. But along with the rain and just being busy most of the week, running a little bit behind. The cool weather has the grass in the yard slowed down a little bit, so I don't think we have to mow that until the first part of next week. We've been in the garden already this morning spraying, checking on everything. We've been down to the pond, fed the ravenous fish. Did not see any snakes, so maybe the snake work has helped out. Maybe it solved that problem. One of the cornfields, the field cornfield right behind me here, looks like it's getting along pretty well. Haven't seen anything come up in the newly replanted cornfield. But when we finish up here working on the tractor, we're going to take the camera, go down and look at the big garden, the vegetable garden, and do a little weed spraying this morning. It's the first time I've ever really used this spray on a garden, and most everything is up. Now I'm going to be careful, but I may just kill everything. I really don't know. I hope not. The instructions and the packaging says it's fine, but I'm going to try to be careful, but we may replant some stuff after this. We'll just have to wait and see. It's going to be a busy afternoon. I hope the temperature holds back a little bit. Humidity's not too bad, a little bit of a breeze. So we'll get all fixed up here, get the tractor going, and get started on that project as soon as we come back from the garden. But I'm just going to walk over to the camera and pick it up and show you guys how good the pool is coming along this year. Hopefully you can see from this angle. This old pool has some pipe leaks that are not conducive to my budget, so we have kind of jury-rigged a little system here. We've got a pump down in the water and we run through the filter, but it's external to the pool pump and pool piping that was there originally. We keep it really well stocked with chlorine, have a floater in there with chlorine tablets, and we've got the robot over there that sweeps the floor. I try to run that thing 2 or 3 times a week, and it's a good one. I think it's Aspire is what that brand name is. But the good thing about the pool is the paint from 3 years ago is starting to have some dark spots in it. That's part of the stuff you see. And we do have some flying ants. That's a common thing. I have to skim those out pretty much every day or so. Big pool of water, and I guess they stop to start drinking and never leave. But that's a part of it. And like I said last week, a pool is hours and hours of work for minutes of fun. But again, that's okay. I'm really tickled with it. So it's coming along great. I'll show you, just swing the camera around. That's going to be our next project over here this morning. I may leave the camera up and get started with a little bit of the work. Obviously, we got to fuel it, water it, check all the fluids, and then get the grease gun. And if you're not a tractor person, you will understand 2 things, and I'll walk back in the camera and show you. When you're greasing a tractor, gloves and more gloves before you even pick up your grease gun, because it's going to be a mess. But we're going to do a little work on that. I may just turn the camera off and just work on it and come back with the finished product before we walk down to the garden. So we'll get started. We're gonna have a busy day and we'll try to film a couple things and show you what's going on here. So until we come back, everybody, hope your day goes well. Hope you get some projects done. Talk to you again very soon. Oh, these are tough to get to. Come on. Got it. All right. Put a little in the tail wheel. There we go. Well, I think we've got our covered here. One of the advantages of greasing the tractor often, it just goes a little quicker. And that went along pretty well, so off we go to something else. Just to get the fueling over with, because it's really a pain and it's heavy and it's not anything but awkward. Little diesel fuel. And away we go. One good thing about this old Massey Ferguson, it just kind of sips on the fuel. Not a gas hog at all. It'll make a tank stretch pretty well. And I'm tickled to death about that. First year I ran this thing in a really low and slow gear bush hogging. Burned about twice as much fuel as I should have been burning. So again, I get good friends who give me tractor driving lessons and operating lessons, and I figured out I could still get it cut right and move along at about twice the pace I was doing to begin with. One thing I did learn early on when I was clearing this property using the tractor and the skid steer, you got to respect them. These things will bite you. They're not people. They don't have regard for you. They'll get after you in a hurry if you get clumsy or if you get cocky. So let's try to get this fuel down without making a giant mess here. All right. Clean that tank off. Make sure everything's up to speed. Okay. Check the water level while we're up here. Might need just a touch. Yeah, I'm OCD. I always have everything kind of lined up. I hate searching for things and I need to be just working. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Well, this is going a lot better than I thought. We'll put a little WD-40 on some of the pieces that don't have a grease fitting. And we should have most of this prep work on the old tractor done here pretty quick. Let's check fluid level, oil level real quick. Right on the mark. All right. Do one more quick check on the hydraulic fluid, and I think then we'll spray her down a little bit and we'll be ready to get her in gear. Oh yeah, that's in shape there. I am really happy I bought this 30-year-old tractor. It's simple. It doesn't have the complications that a lot of tractors have. It's just one of those things that operates for a person who's not real tractor savvy, and I fit that bill. Let's go on and check the fluids in the bush hog here real quick. This wrench may be too big to get in there. Yep, it is. Let's get a smaller one. All right, well, I think you've gotten the main idea of what we're doing here on the tractor. More than likely, we'll just fast forward through all this stuff and make it a brief showing. And we'll get on with, so let me spray while I got my gloves on. We'll get on with some more of the actual cutting and harder work that's going on this morning. In just a couple minutes, we'll get a little bit of WD-40 on everything so it doesn't squeak and squawk and make all sorts of noise. Make sure I can adjust my seat. It's always pretty important. I always just try to hit these linkages. It doesn't hurt anything. It might get a little dirt on it, but you know, this is a tractor. Not exactly something you're worried about keeping ultra clean. All right, well, that looks like it's enough progress for the moment, so we'll knock off the camera for a few minutes and get started with something else here. The front field is mowed. It's always good to get this bigger front area mowed. At least makes you feel like you're off to a good start. I'm going to take a little break for lunch here, let the tractor cool down a little bit. Come back after lunch and knock out as much as we can here on this Friday afternoon. We'll be back maybe later today or at least tomorrow morning. Everybody have a great Friday afternoon, and we will see you next time.